Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Court with Harbin Council Motivational Session. Today, I want to talk to you about you have a purpose. We've all been created with a purpose. You were born to be a blessing to something or to someone. Okay, you're not just an accident um, 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 since you came on this earth. All right, you have been put on this earth with a reason and with a purpose. Okay, sometimes in life we get sidetracked and the plan that we have for us and the things that we have set up to do, sometimes those plans fall. Sometimes they don't come through the way we want them to come through. Sometimes we have to take a detour and something else happens or something else comes up that we have to do. But we got to remember that we are not an accident. Okay, and I think about that when I think about Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela has been locked up for 27 years before he became president of South Africa. Now, if you think for a minute, he could have easily said, because his life took a detour down a road that he didn't think it was going, he could have gotten off track and he could have just thrown in the towel and given up and said, hey, you know what? I got to spend all this time in jail. All right, so life ain't worth living. I'm just going to go through the motions every day. But he didn't do that. Okay, it wasn't a mistake that he was put in jail, even though it was unfair, even though it was unjust, but that was his purpose. He had to go that way to get to where he was at. Okay, I believe him being there for the time that he was there gave him an opportunity to think about what he wanted to do when he got out, and apparently he wanted to be president of South Africa, which what he accomplished. Okay, but just think about, he could have so easily said, I give up. I'm not gonna, try to survive or whatever. All right. And in life, sometimes that's what we've got to do. We got to keep going, even though we've been thrown a curveball. All right. You've got a purpose. You're not here by mistake. All right. Everybody has been given a talent by God. God has blessed you with talents and gifts that you need to use to bless somebody else with, because that's why he gave it to you. He didn't give it to you just for you to hoard it up for yourself, but whatever that talent, whatever that gift is, it's for you to share with somebody else. That's why you have it. And if you don't share that gift or that talent that you have with somebody else, then it's no good to you. Okay, it's no good to you. So just think about where you're at. You might have been born in a bad situation. All right, I was reading the other day about a young man named Anthony Trucks. Okay, he ended up playing professional football for a couple of years, and then he became a motivational speaker, and he's written several books. But in his upbringing, he was brought up in a foster home. All right, and he was bounced from foster home to foster home to foster home. And in those foster homes, he wasn't treated very well. He was beaten. All right, he was abused. All right, mentally, emotionally, sexually. All right, but he still made it through. He could have thrown in the towel and given up and said, you know what? I quit, man. Everywhere I go, people are beating on me. I don't have a relationship with my biological family. He could have thrown in the towel. But because he didn't throw in the towel, now he's a success. Okay? And now he's out there talking about and telling his story about how he overcame certain things. So he could have thought in the beginning that he was a mistake. Okay? But he realized that, you know what? God blessed me and God put something in me and he allowed me to be born. And because he allowed me to be born, guess what? I have a purpose. I have something that I have to do on this earth while I'm here. Okay, so I'm saying to you, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you might have happening in your life right now, but you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. All right, get up off that couch and reach that purpose. Get up off of that thing that says that I can't do this or I can't do that. Get up and go do it, because you can. You have a purpose, and somebody needs that purpose that you have. And if you're not giving it, then you're not being a blessing. You're not being that blessing that God put you on this earth to be. Okay, and there's one more thing. Another person that I think about too is Jay Williams, and you may know Jay Williams. He was a good basketball player for the Duke Blue Devils. He was drafted in the first round. Actually, was number 3 overall. Had a promising career ahead of him. All right, signed a big contract. All right, millions of dollars. Okay, and his dream was to play professional basketball. That's what he worked on all his life, to become a basketball player, a professional basketball player. After he signed his contract, he bought him a motorcycle. Okay, and on that motorcycle, he got a little bit too careless with it, and he ended up having an accident. Almost lost his life, but he didn't lose his life. But it took his career away from basketball. So he wasn't able to play basketball anymore because of that accident. Okay, he could have thrown in the towel and said, you know what, I just give up. I'm not going to, try to survive anymore, because my dreams, I'm not able to pursue my dreams and that type of thing. But once he healed from that accident, he was able to become a motivational speaker. He was able to write books. He was able to be a TV analysis on basketball games. Okay, so he's doing some things now that wasn't in the plan for him in the beginning. All right, but the reason why he's able to do those things is because he didn't give up, and he didn't say, okay, I made a mistake. And he made a mistake because he wasn't supposed to ride the motorcycle. That was in his contract. He wasn't supposed to ride, so he made a mistake. So now his professional days are over. All right, but he didn't let that mistake define him. He got back up and he started again. And that's what you can do, because we all have a purpose. We all have gifts. Okay, so you go out and you reach those gifts. All right, and I'm going to close with this. And I came across this as I was reading the other day, and it talks about purpose. And what it says is that no matter how your life started or how bad it has been, you are not a mistake. God intended for you to live both physically and spiritually. He would not have allowed you to be born if you weren't included in his universal purpose. You are necessary. You are essential. It says that he would not have allowed you to be born if you weren't included in the purpose he have for you. So when you were born, God had a purpose for you. All right, it's time for you to find that purpose and move forward. And sometimes, like I said earlier, you're going to get sidetracked. Sometimes you're going to have some detours, but stay the course and understand that you're going to go through some things before you can get to that. God bless.